Spiritual transportation a few times. Spiritual transportation a few times. Where the Lord left, literally my spirit left the bed. Alright, left my body in the bed, and I left my body and I went out. This happened a lot when I had that intimacy with the Lord, because it took like 17 hours being in the presence of God. What will you not see? And this was not just praying. There was no food, it's fasting. It took me 2 years almost practicing the same thing. 2 years before I ever done any ministry, before I ever, in the UK I mean. I didn't even attend crusades, conferences. I had people going to this and that, and I couldn't. Why? Because when you get into a certain level with God and you fall into love, intimacy with God, you become so intimate that you feel like you are breaking God's heart by leaving His presence. It feels like the way you've broken the heart of a woman when you've loved her. All right? And then you feel like, no, I can't do that. I can't trade this love for going out shopping, or this love for doing something else. And so this is the place where the Bible talks about testing the powers of ages to come. We talked about it last time. We talked about healing has been given to us, deliverance has been given to us, miracles of raising the dead and things like this. But when you talk about testing the powers of ages to come, we're talking about deeper things here. We're talking about having a direct contact with God, that way you make covenants with God that should never be broken. Just explain what you talked about Moses and how he had a covenant with God and how God could not even forgive him.
Yes, as I said, I think covenant is one of the deepest things that one can enter with one another. That's why even when Abraham was walking with God, for some time, God gave him promises, but he was not satisfied until God said to him, let us make a covenant.
Yeah.
Because he understood that Abraham will understand the covenant better.
Yeah.
Because in covenant, it's a place where you trust one another. You are open to one another. That's why sometimes people can betray you, but if you're being betrayed by somebody that you have exposed yourself, it's a wound that sometimes cannot be healed.
Well, it's very similar, like really having a woman that you have an intimacy with, and you love her. She undressed herself before you.
Yes.
You're the only one knows her.
Yes.
So the moment you bring another extramarital affair into it, it's like you have betrayed the greatest intimacy that you have ever had with that person. What happens? Even though they may say, yes, I forgive you, maybe from within their hearts, it's hard to let go. Similarly with God, we get into those realms that it becomes so intimate and so deep that you have to be careful, because when you break God's heart, you cannot trust you anymore. You see, we talk about all the men of God. There are different levels of being of men of God. There are those who God don't have much covenant to do with them. You understand what I'm saying?
He said, I just want to complete you this idea. He said, I speak to anyone in dreams and vision, but with my servant Moses,
there you go.
Is another level.
Yeah.
We speak like one speaks that the Lord is speaking here. So it means Moses really knew God. And actually it was one of his prayers. The Bible says God made his acts known to the children of Israel, but his ways to Moses.
There's difference between acts and ways.
We can know the miracles. We can know the acting of God. But to know him in this level that Bishop is talking about, in an intimate way, like you know your partner, your wife, It's just like you know.
But do you think, don't you think also that's what the Bible said in Exodus 33:18, when Moses said, "Oh Lord, show me your glory"? What was he talking about? Moses had already gone through a series of manifestations of God on the mountain. There was a time that he went up on the mountain when the children of Israel complained. They say, "You're the only one seeing God. Why don't you invite us? We also want to be part of, seeing God the way you see." And Moses said, "Come with me." He brings them up to the foot of the mountain. Remember the story? They come and he says, "Let me talk to God to come and talk to you." And he goes up the mountain to talk to God, and just the manifestation of God's glory, or manifestation of his presence on that mountain, it shook the place. And do you know what happened? They all started running away. "Moses, please see God for yourself and come and tell us what he's telling us. We don't want to see him anymore." You see, there is an intimate place where you arrive with God, that the only person that can be able to get in that place is only you.